Hey there fellow creators, Ben here from Cinderblock Studios, and I just have a house vlog this week, so if you don't like that stuff, go ahead and click away now. I will not blame you, but if you want to see the kind of cool stuff I'm doing for Christmas in December, stick around. Okay, so I actually had a tutorial planned this week, and I've recorded it, but I don't have the mental capacity right now, or the attention span to edit that and upload it, so I'm just doing a vlog instead. You think, okay, why exactly? What are you working on? Well, one thing I do every... I haven't held the camera like this in a long time. One thing I do every single year is I have an annual Christmas party with my friends. And that annual Christmas party is a big deal for two reasons. One, because of how much it costs. I spend basically an entire paycheck's worth of money going into this Christmas party. Two, I start planning this Christmas party every year in like end of July, beginning of August. So there's like 6 months of mental prep for me for this party every year. So this is like the epitome of everything I put on for my friend. Like I get together with my friends a lot, but this is the party to go to. And it's like, it's only ever like a dozen people because I can't fit that many people in my house. So what I end up doing is basically turn the studio into a serving table. So I take my regular studio table, which you guys know and love, and this, I clear it off, all of the paint stuff is over on my counter, cluttered. And this becomes a buffet table. And it goes to serving things that I've actually been cooking for the better part of 3 weeks, 3.5 if you count the first thing I did the weekend right after Thanksgiving. So it's a Christmas appetizer and dessert cocktail party. I love making cocktails. I love making cocktails for other people. I like drinking them, but I also like creating stuff and creating new stuff and things like that. And this is the epitome of my entire year, every single year. And I'm really excited. It's really, really, really hard for me to contain this right now. But I figured, like, hey, this is the thing to make a video about, because you guys get to see me like really off the rails excited for something. I say I'm excited a lot in videos, but this, my mind is going 6 different places right now. Also, my ADD is going nuts because I'm in the midst of both cooking and cleaning today. I'm recording this Friday night. The party's Saturday at 4. But I've been prepping a ton this week, and it's kind of been nuts. So I kind of want to take you around the house, kind of show you what I'm doing, as well as what I'm doing inside outside with Christmas decorations, because you guys never get to see that because it's only like a thing for a month, and I don't really record that stuff. So I'm going to switch back around here. So yeah, all the studio stuff, everything that was on the table. Previously, I want to actually switch to autofocus because I realized I didn't do that, and it might have been weird. So yeah, all the studio stuff that's on the table is now here, as well as some stuff over here. I plug in my college mini fridge. All my brushes are over here on top of this, and the mini fridge contains some stuff I'm doing food-wise. Specifically, there's our drunken chocolate-covered cherries, which are a staple for my party every single year. They're in those 2 Tupperware containers. It's bourbon and amaretto. You pit cherries and you soak them in them for 24 hours. What you get out of result for the liquid is 3/4 of a bottle of a really, really good cherry infusion, which I serve with, as a drink for the party. And then you cover the cherries in dark chocolate. You can do it with white chocolate, but it's better with dark chocolate. It's really good. There's a roasted tomato and red pepper bruschetta in the back over there. I made that 3 days ago. It's going to be really good for that. And you see some other things with plastic wrap on them. Those are sauces. I do a cheese, what I call the axis of cheese. It's 4 different cheeses and then dips for them. Hot sauce, mustard, and balsamic reduction. That same balsamic reduction goes into, I made 130 meatballs because I made like 50 last year and it definitely wasn't enough. So I made way more this year. And there's 3 dipping sauces for those. There's a traditional Italian sort of a tomato marinara sauce with some spices in it. There's the same balsamic reduction for the cheese, and then there is, shoot, what's the third one? Oh, it's a mixture of barbecue sauce and apricot preserves, which is a thing my mom told me about, and it's freaking great. So yeah, like there's cheese and crackers, there's cookies. I do, this year, desserts change a lot every year. It's, this year it's peanut blossoms, also known as Hershey Kiss cookies, sugar cookies. I'm probably making your mouth water, but I'm just going to keep going. I did a traditional German fruit bread called a Stollen, which I'm very excited for this year. I made it for Christmas last year, but not the party. And it turned out great, so I did it again. See what else is in the dessert category. Every time I'm dipping something in chocolate, like the cherries, I use the leftover chocolate to then make either like peanut butter melt-aways or some nut things, little popping candies, chocolate candies, which are really great. So I'm up in the kitchen now. Also, I want to mention that in the midst of all the cooking stuff, I think about a week and a half, 2.5 weeks ago, now that I'm thinking about it, I added some additional artwork to the walls. So there's always been one here in the kitchen on this side and one on that side, which I rotated out. But a while back I was like, hey, I need another one. So I put one above the stove, which really helps round out the room and everything like that. I'm working on so much stuff right now. The stove and everything, everything's been rotated. A lot of my cooking books are set out, so a lot of my cocktail stuff's now on the counter, so it's easy access for me. One thing that is with all of this is that I make all the food ahead of time, and then all night I'm just in the kitchen making drinks for people, and that's fine. I don't have no problem with that. I let my friends talk, and they do that thing for their thing. But for me, it's like everything is about that serving and being able to hand somebody a drink, and they take one sip and go, "Wow, that's great." That's why I do all of it. Any one bite of food, that's why I do all of it. I just like being able to, one, impress people, and two, the fact that they get any satisfaction out of anything I make is very rewarding. So I make a party. So yes, there's cocktail stuff here. Unlike my previous years, I actually having people bring most of the liquor with them, rather than me buying everything ahead of time, because I had a lot of stuff in my car this year financially, so I couldn't buy as much as I wanted to ahead of time. So there's like 5 different bottles that are going to be coming. The kitchen's still half prepped right now, since I'm also still making stuff. There's still stuff I have to cook. There's stuff that I have to bake tomorrow, the day of. So yeah, a lot of stuff. This countertop's going to be half different. I'll show you some of the stuff I've got going on in the fridge. So I've got 4 different cheeses here that I sliced up 2 days ago. Any prep that I can do ahead of time is great. These are hard-boiled eggs, which are going to become deviled eggs probably a little bit later tonight. This is a sort of a mixed chunk apple, cinnamon, nutmeg thing. Those are going to go into this puff pastry and create little apple turnovers. Buffalo chicken dips, sandwich sliders, which are getting a lettuce and tomato tomorrow. But yeah, there's so much on my mind right now, and this is actually probably, again, good thing to have ADD, because my mind's processing all this at once and doing all this stuff, and I can focus on all this, and it's great. But right now I can focus on art stuff. I couldn't even paint last weekend because I was too excited about this. So yeah, there's that. There's my mixers in the corner, which have expanded. There's also pop in there. Ginger ale and cranberry Sprite. Cranberry Sprite is my favorite thing about this time of the year. Another fun thing I'm doing this year, prior to my last year's, is I've kind of been exclusively serving bottles of stuff and just being the go-to. But this year I actually have a small self-serve section in the corner that I built, and that's strictly like scotch and rye, and there's a tiny bottle of Jägermeister there, brandy, just things you can just quick grab and sip on. Takes the pressure off of me a little bit more. What I do upstairs, I did this last year too, as opposed to this is my 3rd Christmas party in this place, is that people kind of congregated around the studio downstairs. The first year I'm like, that's not ideal. I want people to mingle and move around. So I kept the dips upstairs and put the things that require plates downstairs. Kind of worked well. So now that I'm here, Christmas decorations and paintings. So this wall used to have just 2 paintings, like 1, 2, but I put a 3rd nail, so I actually have room for 3 now, which I think looks really nice. Christmas tree, yay! I have a tiny little thin, what they call a pencil tree. Again, things are set up from the Christmas party, so chairs and stuff everywhere. My tree, it's a tree. I kind of want to get a Mario light up star from on top of my tree, just because I'm a nerd. And it's a mix of different ornaments based on either things that I got from my parents, things I loved growing up that were on their tree, like Aladdin and Jasmine on the tree, In addition to things I kind of collected in college, there's something from '96 with my name on it, because, you know, why not? I was 6 years old. And then there's some more personal stuff. You know, there's this I made last year to commemorate. It ended up being the second Christmas, so I painted this myself and created an ornament out of that. There's a very, very personal thing. This is actually a bookmark that I made an ornament. It's my late grandmother's fingerprint that my aunt found through genealogy records, and created this really special memorial for her. So I was like, you know what, I'm hanging this on my tree. Should be really fun. But yeah, there's all kind of little things, like there's just random cork in there because, you know, booze. But yeah, Christmas is, you know, don't have a ton of ornaments, but it's something. Oh, God, I've been ranting for 10 minutes and I'm not stopping now. So, over on the sides, there's the top of the sort of my little bookcase here, which always has like a painting or something on it. But over here, I kind of take all that stuff off and create. There's a little glass nativity that I got from my mom. Plus these candles light up, which I'll light up in tomorrow when we're closer to that. This is a little Christmas tree with bells, shingles to it. Fun, the gift my parents gave me when I was in college, so I can decorate my dorm a little bit. But yeah, so some basically it's like the whole mess of little leftover stuff that didn't fit my parents' house growing up. I'm going to take you over to my room actually, because I also changed this wall in here to again accommodate for more paintings. So rather than just being the one in the corner, which is the Kingdom of the Wind piece, I added 2 more nails and put some pieces there. And now that I'm thinking about it, those 2 pieces were by the door. They were over here. These were like 1 and 2 here. 1 and 2. And these 3 pieces, actually since rotating the ones that were there, it's the first time in 3 years since I moved in that those paintings have not been here. Like those paintings have been there for 3 years. I'm like, I gotta switch this up. So I put those in the ones I really like, but that were by the door in my room, and give myself some extra space there. Also, another stupid little Christmas decoration is the little reindeer, the little wooden reindeer that comes apart in pieces. It's a buck, it's a doe. That's a wooden thing that I think my mom painted and my dad kind of cut out and built. Pretty much everyone in my family has one of those. It was a thing one year where they reproduced something we had like 2 of, and then everybody got one. So now I got one because they had a spare. So yeah, other Christmas stuff. I keep my Christmas cards, ones I get, put them over the game stuff, because that's about the only place I have to put them. There was the big piece with the world, which is over in the living room now, but I moved. It was there, I put one there. I'm working on a painting right now that I'd like to put there, but then also, like probably a week after I'm done with it, it's going to the gallery, so I'm not going to be there that long. But yeah, so that's what's going on right now with me, and I know I'm really long-winded, and I haven't shut up in 13 minutes. But again, like, this is like, when you have ADD, this is the epitome of what it does. Your mind goes in 6 billion different places, and you can't shut up, and you won't shut up, because you just keep doing stuff. And as cold as it is, I do want to show you guys my Christmas lights, so I'm going to go outside. Now, I don't go crazy with my Christmas lights. Some people do. I like to go for something nice and tasteful, but I do have to get down sort of by the road in order to show you guys. But since I'm out here and it's neat, I'm going to turn this around. These are my neighbor's lights. They look very nice, not over the board, and you kind of see looking down the street and the radio towers in the distance. Just my my neighbor's lights. It's actually not that bad right here tonight. It's only, I think it's probably only around 30. It's like freaking 18 degrees this morning, but it's not bad now. So yeah, you can kind of see it behind me now. Coming down a little bit. So, yeah, that's my place. I do the pole and the railing, which is what I did the first year. Here, pole, railing. And then last year I added sort of the peak at the top, and can't really see it from here. I probably have to go across the street, but that peak extends over the awning as well. So if you're looking at it from the road, then you actually see everything. If you're just like standing right in the driveway, you kind of miss some of it. So yeah, that's what's going on with me right now. The house is functioning, nothing is breaking, which is good, because everything with the car broke this year. So that's sort of a thing. But my mind is so focused into the party right now that I cannot stop thinking about anything else. And I gotta get back to work non-stop because I gotta finish cleaning stuff. I've got 2 different floors to wipe down. I want to make those deviled eggs and get them back in the fridge. And I haven't eaten dinner yet, so I'm probably gonna have a Hot Pocket because I'm living off of like Hot Pockets and French bread pizzas this week because everything's going straight into the party. So yeah, that's what's happening with me right now. Christmas at Cinderblock Studios. This is what it is. It's my annual Christmas party, and all my focus, mental, and artistic, and everything else goes straight into that. Excuse me. So yeah, that's about it for me this week. Next week will be the annual art video bloopers, and then the new year will start a whole realm of some really cool art videos. But I have to get this out of the way for myself mentally before I can do any of that. So yeah, that's where I am this week. Sorry for being long-winded, but man, I'm so excited and I can't stop talking about it. And I can't. I gotta go back to doing this. So if you've stuck around this long, thank you guys. You're dedicated. I love you. If you left halfway through, I understand. But at the same time, thanks guys for watching. Subscribe for art videos and occasionally weird stuff like this. Social links in the description box below. Thanks guys for watching. Keep on creating. This has been Cinderblock Studios, and I'll see you guys next time.